Hey everybody. Hey, welcome back to my channel. This is Vickie with VJ Designs. How is everybody today? I hope everyone is doing well. On this video, what I would like to do, I haven't done this for a long time, but I used to do this a lot, is remake cards from greeting cards that are getting thrown away or that would be thrown away. If you haven't been able to tell by now, I like to use junk stuff, recycle. Last October, I went to my sister's house in Boise to visit them, and she gave me a sack full of cards that she was throwing away. She doesn't keep them, which I was kind of sad because some of them are beautiful and they were for their special birthdays and from the family and some from me. And actually, when I was there, I was watching Craft Roulette and I'm like, bummer, I'm not home. I'm not with my craft stuff. I can't do a card this week. And then I got the bright idea of asking my sister if she had any cards that she was maybe getting rid of. And she said, yeah. So she gave me this whole bag. So I brought them out. I had no supplies with me. And I remade a card out of the cards that she gave me. I think I threw it away because I thought, I'm not going to re-give this to somebody. But it actually turned out quite well for that particular time. So it was kind of fun to make something out of nothing, basically. So what I want to do is take a few of these cards and see if we can remake them into something else. So this is the first one. This is going to be the most challenging, actually. I've already used part of this for a card. This was actually part of the card that I used in that card that I made at her house. But I think what I want to do, this card is a regular A2, no, this is a 4x6. Yeah, 4x6 card. So I think what I want to do is cut this off here and use these three. I don't particularly like that these are pretty much the same size, but this one up here has kind of a weird top. I mean, I could angle it down, but I think what I will do is cut it off straight across. I'll save that sentiment because I probably will reuse that. And I'll take off this one here. And let's see. Cut it here. Okay, so we have these three. And let me just mark. Isn't this pretty? There is some of this on the other. I think that I can salvage to use on the side. Let me just mark this. really like using this guillotine cutter because it's hard to see exactly the edge. So that's what it's looking like so far. Okay, and then I think maybe what I can do is put some of this, put this across like this. I was hoping I would have a long enough piece where I could maybe I could just put it like that. And maybe I'll just kind of quickly fussy cut around this. It's not a very good job. But it's not straight up there, so we'll just make the best out of it. So we could do that here. Put that like here. And then, let's see. I think that's about all out of that card. Now we've got this piece. We could maybe cut this piece so we can use this long strip. I know it's hard to get it in there. Maybe I'll just cut it like this. You guys know. Okay. We'll cut it on this side also. I have a really hard time letting go of any of my personal cards that I receive from people. I really do. Especially ones that I get from my kids. I've got a lot of cards that I have saved. And I don't know. It's crazy. I'm not sure what to do with this. I think what I might do, I have a stamp that says celebrate and it goes vertical. I think I might do that on here. But let's get this down because I think I like this. So we'll just do this. I don't want to spend all my time on just one card. So as Bill and Tracy on Mindless Crafting would say, just do it. Don't think about it. Don't overthink it. I'm overthinking it, you guys. Okay, so I've already spent, you know, half my time on this card. So I have to tell you that glue has been sitting in that jar now for probably a couple hours, and it is not clogged. So, yay. Okay, so I think what I'll do is go ahead and just put that across there. And I will do that stamp later because I did not get it out. But here's the base of a brand new card, recycled from a totally different card. Isn't that cute? So, like I said, I have a stamp. I think it says Celebrate. I think there's one that says Celebrate. I have a set from Mindless Crafting that are vertical stamps. And I'll put that and I'll mat it and I'll put it on here. So there's card number 1. This one, the rest of these are going to be 5x7 because all these cards were so big. Sometimes it's really hard to figure out what to do with them, but this one I'm going to have to cut up a little bit. I didn't really want to, but first of all, I'm going to cut this strip here, and I may use it somewhere. Okay, so I've got that strip. So I have a 5x7 base, and I decided to make a mat. I'll just make a little tiny border around there. And this, I cut off the other half of this card, so I hate cutting this up, but let's just go for it and see what happens. I think I can get the biggest part of this on there. I don't want to cut that butterfly. It's a little too wide still. I'll cut a little more off the top. Or off the bottom, I guess that was. Okay, oh, there we go. So there you go. You would have never known that was on another card. And this piece, you put across the bottom like that. I think that's what I'm going to do. So let's get this put together. I'm just going to use my art glitter. Put this on real quick. And I do have it facing the right direction, I can tell. Just has a little tiny border all the way around. Okay. And then we'll put this on. Okay. Then we will put this across the bottom, and I think I'll just go to the edge of the front there. Let's see if I can find my line. Sometimes if you turn it over, you can see it better. I'll just glue this. Try not to get glue on my mat. There I go. Getting it on there. Okay, my cat is in here trying to get my attention. He's so spoiled, you guys. Oh my gosh. He thinks he has to be in my lap 24/7. Okay, so that is adorable. So now all I need to do is put a sentiment on here. And there's 5x7 card. Just like that. There's card number 2. All right. This is card number 3. Seems like I'm using a lot of purple tonight. This is also 5x7. This was actually the front of the card. I just cut it down a little bit. So it's basically the same. And I'm going to use purple background. So we'll get that down. And again, I'm just leaving a little border all the way around. And then I cut this down already to fit. So actually, I'm just going to leave it the way it is. Isn't that pretty? It's cute. Because I think it's so cute. But we're just going to add a little bit of embellishment on it. I got these in the mail today. Let's see what else I have here. I got these from Kendra. I was one of her winners for the July card challenge, and I got this in the mail. Isn't that cute? Little hearts. I don't have any of these. They're all hearts. Very cute. Thank you, Kendra. Let's see. I don't think I'll use those. I think I might use some of these. These are like confetti color circles, dots. Just pour some out here. And, you know, they're like sprinkle candies that you would find. And let's pick her up. Oops, wrong end. All right. So we'll just put some of these down. I think these are so cute. Okay, and then the other thing I wanted to use was some stickles. You guys have probably all used these. I think just put a little, whoops, well that's coming out fast. We'll just put some stickles up here on the top. Give it a little dimension. Yeah, maybe a little bit on the edges. Okay, very cute. And really that card's done. I mean, That took no time at all. You could do more. You can just do whatever, you know, go crazy. But isn't that cute? And that's made from, you know, it's a totally different card. So I need to let that dry. And this card is going to be a little more challenging. I'm going to do it this way because I need to cut I'm going to cut the 80th out of there and just use the happy birthday, I think. So let's get this mat down. I've already gone over 20 minutes. Okay, that's the right side. This particular paper seems like it has a little, I don't know, looked like it had a little sheen to it, but I guess not. I'm going to try and find some better, heavier paper. This is paper I've been using for years. Is the 65-pound paper from Michaels. And so I'm going to cut this across here and try to put these two pieces together. And it just doesn't seem to make very heavy, you know, sturdy cards for, you know, I'm thinking maybe 90-pound or 95. Michaels does not have any such thing. It goes from 65 to like 110 or something like that. And I've got some 110-pound, and I don't, it's too heavy. So, and I know I've heard you guys talk about, oh, I want to get this straight, but holy cow. I've heard several of you talk about your paper. Okay, there's the happy. Let's see if we can get the birthday. Unfortunately, it's really big and it's not going to show this whole. Let's see. I'm going to try something. I don't know if it's going to work or not, but I could shorten this and layer it on top, and then that way I would get, what I'm trying to do is get the whole frame in there, because to me it looks funny without the whole frame. If you have it on top, you should have it on the bottom, right? I mean, that just makes sense to me, but like that. I don't know. I don't want it to look corny. I might have to work on this one, you guys. I thought I had it, you know, figured out. However, it's not quite cutting it. here I am, you know, thinking about it too much. But, you know, some things you do have to think about. I could do it like that. Put a little strip across here. That looks kind of funny. Right there, but I could put like ribbon across there. Let's see what I have. I think I might have to pull some lavender ribbon out of my box up here. Sorry. Yeah, I'm going over either that, or I could use this, it's that kind of a tealy color, but depends on what it needs to be really thin. So I think I might use that. Now I think what I'm going to do is turn this over, tape these together, because with my shaking I can't keep it, it's just going to keep moving around. So I think if I can tape it close together, then that'll help keep it where I can work with it. Let's see if that works. Can't get these close together. There. Okay. Now, I know there's a gap there, but sorry. I'm trying to get it straight. Okay, so what I want to do, what I'm thinking, is that I want to put ribbon across here. I'm thinking that might work. To cover up the seam, like that. And then maybe I could put it down here too. But, so let's try that. Let's see, I have got thin double-sided tape. I think it'll fit this. This ribbon, because my tape runner is too wide. So hold my breath, see if I can get this on here. Okay. Well, that doesn't look too bad. Okay, so I'll just put a little piece on the back to hold that ribbon. I'm sorry, I keep getting out of screen. I apologize. My bad. Okay, so where'd the end go? There we go. Well, that didn't work. Okay, let's try a little bit of glue back here. Okay, now what we want to do, see, I had it upside down. Now what I want to do is get it on the card straight-ish. Okay, so we'll just go ahead and glue it down. This may be a total fail, you guys, so it's all right. It's just paper and glue, all right? Paper and glue. There. Okay, well, at least it's straight on top. Now it's a little crooked down here, but when we get this on, we'll fix it so that it looks straight. Okay, and okay, now I'm wondering if we put another piece down here across the bottom. I should have put this on first before put another piece of ribbon on here, but we'll just try and put the ribbon down here like that. I think that'll look okay. What do you think? So let's just go ahead and do that. I need to make this straight. And we will okay. If I take this off without tearing off the whole thing, that would be great. Which it's gonna do. You gotta really press it down. There we go. Okay, So let's get this down. Hard for me to see. I think that's straight. Okay. All you with straight eyeballs. And I'll just put a little glue here on this end, because I don't think my tape went all the way to the end. And I might have cut it just a tiny bit short. But, all right, what do you think? And then I'm gonna just come back. I've already gone 36 minutes, you guys, so I'm not gonna keep you any longer. I just wanna give you an idea of what you can do to recycle cards if you have not done that. You can go back in, and I'm gonna go back in and add bling here, down the sides. And yeah, there wasn't any more of that card that I could salvage, or I would have, but yeah, that's it. So we did this one, I gotta remember not to stick my fingers in that stickles. Gotta let that dry. We did this one. Not pretty. And this one. I thought this one turned out really cute, so I'm just going to put a sentiment down here. Celebrate, because we already have with our best wishes. All right, there you go. That's my video, and hope it doesn't take 4 hours to load up. All right, you guys, thank you so much for coming by. Hit that like button. Please leave me a nice comment, and we'll catch you next time. Bye.